Welcome to another episode of Talk with Professor Alex. Today I'll talk to you about mistakes students make on repaying the student loans. I have tens of thousands of students who have graduated and are working throughout the world. Some of them are in universities, some of them are in companies, in IT, in various fields across geographies, across the world, in eastern part of the world, in western part of the world, tens and thousands of them. And I keep on telling them, don't make these mistakes while repaying your student loans. Do you know that for the financial year 2020-21, $1.57 trillion amount of student loan debt is outstanding in the United States? 30% of college students take on debt, including student loans, to pay for their education. The average borrower of student loan debt per borrower is about $38,792. Repaying your student loans quickly can help you pay less. Many Americans are still paying off student loans after the age of 40, according to a recent survey. Let us all look at the mistakes that we make, knowingly or unknowingly, while paying off student loans. Number one is neglecting to make a repayment plan as soon as possible. Borrowers should determine a strategy to repay their loans when they're still in school before the grace period begins. Experts say the grace period may seem like a honeymoon phase, but don't get yourself too comfortable. Instead, use this time to prepare your finances to take on several hundreds of dollars of repayments per month, likely over the next few years. Not knowing how much you owe while borrowers may not want to think about their student loans for a while after graduation. Experts say it is important to know how much is owed, the interest rate, when the repayment starts. Knowing how much you will need to pay each month on your student loans is a fundamental first step for smart financial planning. The sooner you know it, the better it is. As students graduate and enter the workforce, everything from planning a monthly budget to negotiating their first salary can be better informed if you know what that bill will be each month. Forgetting to update your contact information, borrowers should make sure that the loan services have their current information, including their mailing address, email address, and telephone number. Repaying student loans is an obligation of the borrower, even if the bill from a server wasn't received. Since a student loan servicer can change, experts say it is important to have up-to-date contact information on file. Next point is the overusing the forbearance. Most student loans, even the private ones, have payment forbearance options. While this option allows borrowers to suspend their payments temporarily when the time gets tough, the interest still accrues. Experts say occasional use of forbearance, such as during job loss or when recovering from a natural disaster, is a good short-term solution to avoid late payments and improve cash flow. But using this option will grow instead of shrink that student loan balance over time. Failing to research different repayment options. A common mistake among borrowers is not being aware of all their options when it comes to repayment. Federal student loans have different repayment options. Some of them may be better for your specific situation than others. Just picking the first option that you see or the first thing that looks like the lowest payment may not be the best option for you. Not paying your debt down quickly. For borrowers who want to pay off their student loan quickly, experts and seasoned student loan borrowers recommend an aggressive repayment strategy that entails paying more than the minimum payments. Instead of spending the money left and right, one must focus on paying up the amount and finish it out as quickly as possible. Not considering adjusting a payment's due date. Many lenders, including student loan services, may allow you to change a payment due date. While some student loan companies may not offer this flexibility, many of them do. Consider requesting a due date for your student loan payments sometime during the second half of the month. This will not only help you spread out your payments so that the first of the month doesn't feel like such a money pit. Falling for student loan scams. The US Department of Education has received reports of student loan scams. Borrowers have reported receiving phone calls, emails, letters, text messages offering them relief from their federal student loan programs, or warning them that student loan forgiveness programs would end soon. Usually, the so-called student loan debt release companies offering these type of services don't offer any relief at all. Understanding the Sloan forgiveness for borrowers interested in the federal government's Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program, commonly known as PSLF, the experts recommend understanding all the rules and regulations and certifying employment every year to ensure eligibility. The Public Student Loan Forgiveness Program requires an income-driven repayment plan, and some of the graduates are not aware of this when they pick up a repayment plan, possibly resulting in years of non-qualified payments. Paying off can feel overwhelming. Often, common questions that can be answered by contacting your loan servicer or reviewing information for borrowers on student loans. Borrowers can take part on the advantage of help from non-profit student loan counselors. So if you want to take advantage of any student loan, I hope you will not make the mistakes I have discussed and have a tension-free education ahead. All the best. Thank you, viewers, for watching another episode of the show Tips and Tricks by Professor Alex. Thank you so much.